My name's Sino. I work here at Everflow. I work in growth marketing. I kind of handle a lot of our paid media buying here at Everflow. And this is kind of our first iteration of releasing more features around media buying in our platform. So today we're just going to kind of go over overview of kind of the meta cost data. There's two integrations kind of going, the difference between the two, how to actually set up the integration, our best mapping features that we do have, ways that we can actually use this in reporting, and best ways to kind of like visualize this within our reporting data. Kind of our future plans that we do have for media buying. And then at the end, I'll leave a couple questions if anybody has anything that you kind of want me to answer. So kind of kicking this off, this is going to be a quick introduction into our media ads cost. So let me share my screen. So as you guys know, we have this really cool guide that kind of goes over how we set up media ads costs within our Everflow platform. It was written by Dasha, shout out to her. But kind of it's just like a step-by-step guide on what we'll go over today, is just how to actually integrate your media buying costs, particularly from Meta into Everflow, how to kind of map them and how to actually use it within your reporting. So this is kind of a step-by-step guide. If you're more of like a step-by-step kind of person, you want to read your guide, go ahead. This link is on our help desk. I'll probably share it into the chat afterwards, just so you can get a visual of what's going on. But I'll be running through this, kind of just going over the best practices and details on how we can get going really quickly, and then just kind of going over brief overviews of like different kind of components, like how is the best way to map things, best way to set it up for your campaigns, and how to actually attach them to offers so you can look at them in your reporting later. So our best way is, like, obviously if you're on Everflow, pull up our dashboard here. Let me pull up this dashboard here. And so like now we're actually in Everflow. And so obviously now we want to kind of integrate this into, it's really simple. We just go into our tab menu, pulls up this menu, and then we go into our integrations. And so when this pulls up, you'll see a tab up here that's called media buying. Click on that. And so now you get to see that there's actually two media buying that's disconnected. So we can kind of set it up for you guys. So you notice that there's actually two integrations. There's one just called Meta, and the other one's called the Meta ad cost. The first one is actually being able to kind of pass back your conversions. And so we call this like post-back conversions that we're passing back to Facebook. This allows you to attach like any offer, any conversions, any events to a particular conversion that you can map back into Facebook. And this kind of allows you to, like, if you're running ads on Facebook, it allows you to kind of optimize for that conversion event. So whether it's like purchases, leads, maybe you're doing something totally different, you can create a custom event and allow Meta to optimize for that event. And so that's what the first integration is. The second integration is actually being able to track all of your ad spend within all your ad spend on Meta within Everflow. This allows you to kind of look at better reporting. So you're not like manually looking at, okay, I spent this much on affiliates, I'm spending this much on this platform, and I'm spending this much on Meta, and I'm spending this much on Google. Let's just look at all these numbers in one platform. So when you're reporting and pulling data, it's very easy to know, okay, this is what our true CPA is, or this is really how much a cost per action really costs us within Everflow. And you get a whole total overview of all of your data in one platform. And so kind of to integrate this is really simple. You basically just hit connect integration. It'll tell you to sign into Meta. You obviously sign into the account that owns the business profile. So you obviously have one personal account that you have, and that personal account is what's actually connected to your business manager. And so when you sign in, basically just sign in. It'll give you this kind of like pop-up box. I guess you guys can't see this. Maybe it's not shared, but it's basically just telling you to continue as your name. And what it does is just requesting information. And so basically, it was in the pop-up confirmation, it'll be say, hey, you have been connected to Everflow. I guess it's not showing because it's a private screen, or maybe it is. And so once you're in here, this is kind of what it is. You kind of want to hit integration, configuration. It tells you to set up a name, if you want to put it active, inactive, and then select your ad account. Obviously here, we could just put in anything, Meta ad costs, whatever you prefer, maybe Facebook, Instagram. But just kind of let you know this is coming in for meta ads. Obviously set it to active, and then you want to select your ad account, depending on what you're running. Obviously you're probably running on one single ad account, so just select an ad account. I'll kind of use Everflow, and so we'll hit next. And so what this does is now we're asking, when do you want to start pulling in that data from? We can only pull in data from the last 30 days. And so that's like maybe the one thing. Maybe you've been running ads for the past 6 months, maybe for a past year, but we're only able to kind of pull in data from the last 30 days. And then data is updated every day at 12 a.m. And so based on when your platform account is in, all the data that was tracked the previous day will be updated at 12 a.m. the next day. And so we kind of want to select a day. So like, let's say just the first, right? We want to start off at the first of the month. And then we want to select an offer. So usually when you're setting up Everflow, you created like a main offer. This kind of holds everything. Maybe it's something like purchases, all channels, CPA. Maybe you're having select offers for certain events that you want to track in Everflow. But for this one, we're going to go ahead and track annual plan landing page, all channels, CPA. So this is basically our offer that we use to promote everything. And then based on this, we can kind of filter down even more. And so we'll select an offer. And then we have to select a default partner. So when you set up meta ads integration for postbacks, you probably set up a partner to kind of track all of your clicks from Facebook and Instagram. We set up one called Facebook and Instagram. It's really simple to set up a partner. There's different guides on it, but it's just really simple. You just choose a partner. So the reason we're choosing a partner is we want to make sure all of the data that we're getting is pulling into this partner, and we're pulling it in for this offer. And so when you're attributing it back, it's easy to get a clear overview later on when we look at reporting. It'll kind of make more sense as to why we set it up the way we do. Just kind of hit next from here. And then from here, it allows you to kind of understand how you want this data to be pulled in. I think the default is campaign. If I'm not mistaken, it's either campaign or account is the default. But what this allows you to do is how thorough and how in-depth you want your data to be. Do you want to look at data from the ad set level, or are you more concerned with looking at data from the campaign level? Getting into the ad level, like if you're really trying to go really granular and see exactly how each ad is performing against the whole portfolio, that's probably your best option. But for now, we're just going to leave it at campaign because we just want a really high level overview. And Everflow, just so we can see, hey, this is what our total campaigns are. This is the campaign cost being mapped in, and so forth. We do have an option to kind of manually map campaigns. And so what this allows us to do is kind of be able to select certain campaigns. So let's say we're running a campaign on Facebook, and this is one of the ones we're running called CBO affiliate top of funnel, right? We can select that campaign, we can exclude it, or we can select a certain offer. So like, let's say that campaign was about our monthly subscription for, affiliates on CPA basis, right? So we can directly map that one campaign directly to a certain offer. And so let's say we have another campaign that we map to a certain offer. We just kind of add them as we go. Obviously, the partner will always be Instagram and Facebook, unless you're doing something different, right? Maybe you have different partners running Facebook ads on different accounts. Maybe you have a different structure, but we'll just kind of hit Facebook and Instagram, right? And so what this allows us to do is kind of map campaigns to certain offers to not just have one direct overview like we did in the first step. And so basically from here, we just kind of add it in, and then you'll get the success message, and bam, it's in here. That's kind of all it is. It's pretty simple. And so now your ad costs from Meta will be inside of Everflow. The one, when you initially set it up, there's going to be no data, just because it does take that next day to kind of pull all your information, all the account information that we do need. So the best way to kind of handle, or best way to kind of look at this information at an overview in Everflow, is to kind of go into your reporting. And so when you go into your reporting, I think the best way to kind of look at this is at the offer point. So you want to filter things down by offer. And like we said, we kind of mapped everything into 2 offers, right? We mapped it into our annual plan that tracks everything, and then we added another one that was just our monthly subscription that we mapped that certain campaign to. And so we just kind of run this report. And as you can notice, you'll already see two things here. You'll see something called media buying cost, right? This is where basically once your actual values sync up, let's see if it actually synced up. Once these values actually sync up, so it does take that next day at 12 a.m. Whatever time zone your platform's in, it'll update that cost for the last day. And so what you'll do is you'll see this little column and it says media buying cost, and this just kind of overviews how much you actually spent on this campaign for that day, for that time frame, and then it impulls it into the offer, right? And so like the two offers that we had were our annual plan and our monthly subscription that we mapped a separate campaign to. And so what this allows us to do is we're able to kind of view our total cost on the full on our full offer by partner. And so like before we map that campaign, we map the media buying cost to our Facebook and Instagram partner, which would be right here. And so this value right here would update based on whatever whatever you spent that month or on that day on Facebook on Meta. And so what this allows you to do is like our values such as our CPA, our RPA, our actual revenue payout and profit starts to change once you get these values in here, right? Like let's say we're spending about $20,000 a day on Facebook. In Everflow, it says like our cost for our conversions are values around like $80,000 to $100,000. Well, what does that actually matter in our full in like a full view of our ad structure? And so you get to see, hey, are the ads that we're running on Facebook versus the ads that we're actually running on Google, since we do have a Google ad cost integration, what is the actual value? So are we spending more on Facebook and getting a cheaper CPA? Are we spending more on Google? Are we getting a better CPA? So it allows you to kind of filter down even more into your funnel. And so like, let's say we really want to go down into the events that we're tracking, right? And so we're able to go kind of like dimensional, set up our media buying, media buying cost, and then we can track our conversions. Conversions. And so what we can do here is that we can break it down even more. And so not only are we seeing, okay, how much do we spend on a certain offer or a certain campaign? Now we're able to actually drill this down into, okay, this tracks all of our campaigns, all of our things. Let's check how it did Google versus Facebook. And so like we're able to see this across all of our reporting. We're able to add certain things, like if we wanted to track certain events down to, okay, Facebook had a $20 CPA per purchase, but the event that we're really looking for right now is we really want to work on lead form signups for our Klaviyo post-purchase events. And so now we're really looking in depth into, okay, Facebook's actual form lead submit was $2 per submit, whereas Google was $1. And so this kind of allows you to look at like a deeper overview of, okay, this is how much we're getting from media buying, this is how much we're getting from organic traffic, this is how much we're getting from affiliate traffic, this is how much we're getting from referrals, from email traffic. And so it's kind of a next step into Everflow where we're allowing everybody to get a clear overview of their whole marketing structure, their whole marketing funnel. And so it gives you kind of a 360 view into kind of your ad account, kind of how you're running media buying, maybe how you're running your full marketing funnel within Everflow. Like I said, this is kind of our first step into what we're going to be doing here at Everflow. Our media buying integrations are going to start growing. Like I think we primarily only had our Google ads. Now then we had a Google ads cost. We recently deployed our Facebook postbacks. And then now we have our Facebook, our Meta ad costs that we're able to kind of configure into Everflow. Kind of the next steps here is kind of being able to view like a direct overview. So we're going to be able to kind of add cards onto Everflow to be like, hey, today's ad spend on Meta was this much. the ad spend for, I don't know, maybe Google Ads was this much. It gets you kind of clear overview of your kind of day-to-day marketing funnel, and then it allows you to understand in reporting across like your total channels of how it's actually affecting your marketing funnel, whether you do you're running an e-commerce business, whether you're running affiliates, whether you're running lead gen. It really allows you to see like your total marketing cost across everything, and not just being in Facebook and saying, okay, this is how much we spent today, this is our conversion value, but how does this actually affect our full conversion funnel. And so this is kind of our first step into releasing our media buying cost, our meeting buying package, and that kind of assists more tools to kind of help you out with performance marketing, being able to kind of track ads deeper, being able to kind of understand, okay, this ad that we put up today, what does that actually affect us across our full marketing funnel? Because we know sometimes ads, they're great for top of funnel. They kind of get you to check out things, but maybe they're not great for purchases. And maybe some campaigns are great for bottom of funnel, where that's kind of lasting the user or the customer wants to know before they create that conversion, whether it be a purchase or a lead. And so this is kind of our first step into kind of releasing these little media buying tools and features. Our media buying ad costs, I think, was like kind of one of the biggest like asked about ones, which is pretty cool. This will obviously start growing. We'll start pulling in more data across reporting, being able to kind of break down that reporting data even more, try to get real granular into what actually you're spending your ad cost on. And all this is trying to help you like optimize your ad spend, optimize your marketing spend across all channels, and be able to diversify and actually spend in channels that are providing you clear ROI and return. I think that was pretty, it's a pretty simple integration. It's like 3 clicks, 4 clicks maximum, and it works, right? And so it allows you to, on a day-to-day basis, to go into your reporting, be like, hey, how did our offer do today versus yesterday? We spend, the roughly amount on our ads, but how did it affect our full marketing funnel because we're spending X amount on ads? How does it affect other parts of our funnel? Maybe our affiliates are actually putting out content too, and our ads are on top of that content, so it's pushing everybody's funnel more so. And so this is kind of our first release into our media buying package, and hopefully, that was pretty quick overview, but hopefully it provides some detail into what we're trying to build out here at Everflow, and just kind of provide more tools for media buying and performance marketing. Wasn't sure if anybody had any questions. Let me go back and check. Guess not. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Again, this should be recorded, so if you kind of joined it halfway through, it'll be recorded, so you could go through back on your own pace. There is a full integration document on our platform that Dasha put together. It kind of goes about everything that I just kind of went through on a easier to read basis, I guess. So if anybody has any questions, I'd love to take a couple. If not, I guess it's pretty good.